Hi, I'm Anna.
And I'm Ben.
And we are AutoSave. Welcome to our channel.
Today, we are watching Season 2, Episode 3 of Demon Slayer. I'm excited. We are going to, I'm assuming, get more into the dream sequences of not just Tanjiro, but Zenitsu, Inosuke, and Rengoku. Mm-hmm. I hope we get to see what we did in Mugen Train movie, but maybe a little more expanded for like Inosuke and Zenitsu.
I would love to be shown the time period of Inosuke and Zenitsu recognizing that there was someone in their dream, because we kind of just get cut from them being happy in their dreams and doing what they're doing to immediately knowing and confronting the person that has gotten into their dreams. I'd love to see more of how their dreams unfold. I hope that's what they give us.
You brought up something, I think, yesterday to me that was like, oh, it'd be kind of crazy but cool if we could see Inosuke and Zenitsu's, like, soul room.
Oh, yeah!
Yeah.
Oh, I want to see their core and the room that it's in and, like, the environment. Because obviously
awesome.
We got to see Rengoku and Tanjiro's core and the environment it was in. And they were so telling for the people. I can't even begin to imagine. I think I can imagine more of possibly what Zenitsu's looks like. Or maybe more of what Inosuke's looks like. I feel like Inosuke's probably would be maybe rather like forest-like.
Maybe. I'm not sure. Maybe you'd get like deep into his actual memories that he hasn't really accessed yet of when he was a kid. Or a baby, actually. But I'm not sure. I am excited to see the OP and outro again. Yes. I love the songs, and the visuals are amazing, and I'm just ready to get into it. Are you?
Yes. We have no way of knowing if this is the episode that there are extra scenes in, or if those extra scenes and visuals are going to come later.
I think they're just, like, spread out.
I'm sure they're spread out, so I'm going to be, like, on my toes, like, waiting to see if I notice anything that's new.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Yes.
Sweet.
I love this voice actor so much.
Yeah.
It's so, like, tingle under your skin kind of feeling when you hear him.
Creepy crawly.
Yeah.
It's so hypnotic.
Yes.
I love this intro.
Love it. Oh. It's the same, like, movement that Tanjiro did in the first opening, but Rengoku joins him going the other way. It's so great. Oh, and it's so much more, like, intense and creepy of a song.
It really fits the whole vibe of this arc. And like I was saying last episode, I thought the outro really fits what's to come in this arc. Do we know an age you have to be to become a Demon Slayer?
No. I mean, they're all pretty young. I mean, like, our main cast of misfits of friends, they're all, like, pretty young, so younger than I thought you would have to be like fighting demons.
I'm just wondering about Rengoku's little brother.
Oh, maybe he didn't want to become a Demon Slayer.
True. I mean, for his own like life sake, I don't want him to be. I haven't really even met him much, but I don't want him hurt.
So they're already in place. The ropes are tied. Dreams have begun.
Zenitsu. I'm so ready.
I was so happy when I saw this the first time. It was amazing.
I love hearing her voice actress.
Oh, so cute.
Love it.
And like that just made him look so cool. How could he not impress a girl with that?
Remember how like shook we were to see like Nezuko in his dream?
Yeah. I wasn't expecting her to have like a role in his, I guess. And it was amazing that the beast is the train. Tanjiro's crying. Zenitsu's giggling in his dream.
I wonder why. I wonder why that Tanjiro and Rengoku go to not necessarily great places and Inosuke and Zenitsu do.
Well, I guess because the places they were happiest happened to come with baggage.
Yeah. I mean, I guess Tanjiro's isn't at all like a negative place. It's just the fact.
It's negative because he's in it with the consciousness of knowing that those people are
But
dead.
Rengoku's is negative, right? Other than towards his brother?
I don't know if he would end up seeing it as a negative because, you know, he was being true to himself, deciding to be a Hashira.
Yeah.
And
that's true.
he had those words with his brother.
I hate this guy.
I don't know, him saying neither you or I kind of like, I think it means something.
I'm sure that like after his wife died, something happened to him. But I just hate seeing him taken out on Rengoku.
I mean, it could be that maybe he wasn't around a lot when she was sick.
Yeah.
Because he was busy working.
True. It doesn't seem like it aligns with the mother's death, at least to our knowledge, what we've been told.
I just realized if this is his dream, then maybe these are the words he never actually got to say to his brother. But what he wished he could have said. Because he's not reenacting, right?
No.
Crippled. So doing this won't kill them, it just maybe makes them easier to fight?
Maybe it's like a comatose kind of state. Oh, I love seeing a spiritual core.
Once we saw it, I was like, oh, this is the poster! It's not a happy place. Like, Tanjiro's, you know, the realm that the core was in was a very, like, calming, peaceful place. Rengoku's is not. It's hot, it's dry, it's almost like a building has fallen. Something has, like, being burned down.
Yeah, it's also, to me, it, like, represents kind of, like, his will of fire, you know? It does look like it's, like, troubled, though.
I've never seen a red one before. She said before. Is that just, like, a translation thing?
Maybe. Whew! Oh, man.
And you see his fingers?
Yeah.
Crazy.
He's no ordinary human.
If he knew, like, consciously that she was a human, do you think he would have handled her so roughly like that?
I'm not sure. I remember in the first episode, I was like trying to write down all of their names.
Yeah.
He's the only one who infiltrated a dream that we know is sickly, correct?
Well, I believe all of them, I think it might have been said that all of them wanted to be put to sleep peacefully for some reason.
Yeah.
The train conductor obviously said it was, I think his wife and daughter probably had passed and he wanted to join them. So they all must have some serious reason, whether it's illness or... It must be like once you're in it for a little while, it starts to feel so real that you kind of forget everything from the real world. Like, duh, of course.
Yeah.
Why would she be out at night? Yeah, it's like he's kind of forgetting.
It's like his like consciousness is like at battle and like trying to break through into the dream state. Because this is when he like screams at himself, right?
Wake up! And he trusts himself too.
Didn't even
I feel like Zenitsu would have been like, if he screamed at himself to wake up, Zenitsu would be like, no, I don't want to wake up.
Yeah.
Nezuko's here with me.
I wonder what like had Rengoku realized that somebody was in his core and like had him physically get up to choke the girl, you know? To stop her. It seems like the closer he gets to getting out of it, the harder it is to get out of it, you know? Like it's the hypnosis is self-correcting to make it harder for somebody to wake up.
Okay, Nezuko, it's your time to shine.
Oh yeah.
She's probably like, that's weird. The cutest thing.
Oh, that will never get old. Blood Demon Arts!
Yes!
Exploding blood.
She doesn't even know she did it. That's the best part, is she was like upset that she got hurt. Oh, the walking away part is the hardest. I don't know if I want to see it again. And just like how he gets out of it. Knowing that now, I'm like, I remember being so freaking shocked. Seeing her like that again and hearing her voice.
It's literally his entire goal. Because I don't think
he's heard her. He didn't hear her voice when she yelled. So when she did her Blood Demon art in like episode 19.
It seemed like it was like an internal voice because she was still wearing the muzzle. I wonder if we're gonna get to hear Nezuko talk at any point. Like
actually, like without the muzzle.
Yeah. It's pretty depressing to hear like she would have lived in the sunlight. She would have had that, but now she never can experience sunlight, you know?
I mean, it just really looks like his whole childhood and life, other than like his father obviously passing, I'm sure was very heartbreaking, but seems like his life was filled with like love and laughter every day.
Yeah, and like that goes to show they didn't have much, you know, but they had each other, and that was his life. And he's choosing to run away from that right now.
I feel like so many people would have stayed, you know?
I wouldn't
with
blame
the people
them.
That you miss. It's like gonna make me cry for seeing it like the second time.
Wow. I love the soundtrack. It's so like subtle.
How could that not make you like feel amazing to see that?
So pure.
For him to be so warm after he's gone through so much heartbreak and seen such gross atrocities.
So he says he can smell a demon. Is he smelling the human because he has something the demon gave him? Or is the demon in here? Or is he smelling outside of the dream?
Well, he might be starting to smell a demon because
Nezuko's bleeding. So he can actually access his like smell out, like,
which is wild. Like that means Zenitsu should be able to like hear things.
Oh man.
Like,
Oh
this was
man.
really his dad. Like, this was not a dream, I don't think. Ah. How he gets the resolve to do this, I don't even know.
Oh my god.
Oh,
I know it's gonna be okay, but it's so tense. I don't. No. Oh.
it was not easier to watch that the second time.
No.
It was not. But I mean, that just is a testament to his strength. I think that is so. He's willing to literally kill himself and possibly risk killing himself in reality at the chance of being able to get back to Nezuko.
Yeah. This definitely tells us that the intro and outro are going to change at some point this season.
They're definitely going to change for the entertainment district.
Yeah.
Arc.
I wish the gang had more time with Rengoku.
I think that's why it hit so hard.
What?
いつも父さんに言われてたから。
鬼に苦しめられている人たちを、禰豆子を頼んだぞ、炭治郎。
Whew.
His father must have been a freaking amazing dude.
Did you see his father's scar was just like Tanjiro's before he started on his Demon Slayer
Yeah,
arc?
which makes me wonder if that was like a way to mark him or something as being the eldest. I don't know. I don't think they'd like burn a baby. But it is really odd to me that they would have the same thing there.
Back to the discussion. Alright, so that was Demon Slayer Season 2, Episode 3. And to continue, hey Z, what we were just talking about, obviously the scar changes, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if it changes, like, with progress of being a Demon Slayer or what. But it seems like his father had the exact same thing.
Which I don't know how that's possible. It's not a tattoo. I don't know if they would have like marked Tanjiro as a child. If it's like the mark of the eldest or something for that like clan, for those like that family.
It could be like an unintentional mark, like it's like an actual birthmark and it's not a parent giving it to them.
Like a passed down birthmark?
Or like a curse or something like that. I wonder, it might have something to do with like total concentration breathing. Like I say that because it's like first episode Tanjiro knew none of it, right?
Right.
And as we go on, it's one of the first thing he learns from Orokodaki, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it could have something to do with that. I don't know.
Were you expecting that this episode was only going to consist really of Tanjiro's dream? I feel like I don't know why I expected like 20 minutes or something to be we'd get to see more, but I wasn't thinking realistically, I guess, since we're literally seeing
20 minutes seems so long in my head, but I'm like, you know what? That was 20 minutes of the movie as well.
Basically,
like,
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I even noticed anything being unique.
Or like different than from the movie. Yeah,
yeah,
I get what you're saying.
I was looking out for it, but nothing like... Obviously, we only watched the movie once, and then obviously we edited it, so we kind of watched it again. But everything feels so like it could all be the movie. So it's kind of... I'm sure there's going to be scenes where we're like, oh, that definitely was not something we saw.
Yeah, I think there've been some like little tiny differences, like extra seconds, or but or like expanding like a sentence of a word, or a sentence of a scene, but mainly it's very similar to the movie, if not identical.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong though, I absolutely loved the movie.
I mean, I still like was crying or tearing up again with Tanjiro having to run away from his family. And the little baby brother starts running after him and falls into the snow. And I was like, my heart is breaking.
Yeah.
Like, this is... I mean, like, it totally makes sense why the demon thinks that they'll stay. It totally makes sense. I mean, he has made the dreams that are the most convincing for them to not care and or notice that something is happening.
Yeah.
But I still have trouble feeling like Rengoku's is in that same vein as Tanjiro, Zenitsu, and Inosuke.
Yeah.
I just feel like it must be a day that he wants to relive. Maybe there's an end of that dream that we didn't get to see in the movie, and there is a reason that day is so specific and that day is so special, or there were moments he meant to have with his little brother that he didn't.
Yeah.
Because obviously he's then training his little brother as the girl is like peeking around the corner. Like, to me, it just must mean that these are the moments he misses the most, is getting to go back or didn't get to be with his brother in that way. Is his brother still alive?
No, he has to be, because one of the last things he said at the end of the movie was go tell him this, right?
Yeah. Or did he say go tell the dad that?
I think he said that go to my family household, try to get these from my dad, and tell this to my brother. I believe. I hope so.
I don't exactly remember what his words were and like which family members he said were there.
Yeah.
But that just makes me feel like something happens that disrupts, that is different from his dream. There's something, those people aren't around anymore, and or he got to say or do what he wanted to do. Like, maybe in real life he was so torn up about his dad saying, I don't really care, that he, like, left immediately and didn't stay to talk to his brother.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know. It just feels, like, so odd in comparison to the other characters' dreams.
I definitely feel you on that.
Because it's not a blissful... It doesn't even seem like it makes him emotional. I mean, internally it might, that we don't know of. Obviously, Tanjiro is very, like, expressive of his emotions and his feelings and his thoughts. And I don't think Rengoku is very, like, out there with exactly how he's feeling in his heart.
Yeah, okay, so to Inosuke and Zenitsu, it was obviously both positive dreams in their minds. I think to Tanjiro, it was supposed to be a positive dream, and it was for the most part until he realized what reality was. To Rengoku, it was just a tad bit harder to see how that would have been a positive thing to him, and it's very easy to see how it was a positive thing to the Three Musketeers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really think that needs more
room to breathe.
More, yeah. I think we should know more about that.
I'm sure we will.
I hope that that's what they give us more of. Is really kind of where we left off in the dreams for Rengoku, Inosuke, and Zenitsu. I really want to know where we left off with them, and then, you know, how they got to getting out of it.
Question. So we obviously know how Mugen Train, the movie at least, ends, and Rengoku telling that to Tanjiro and the crew what to do next. Do you think we're going to get to see that? Like, going to get to see Tanjiro and them get to the Rengoku family house and interact with them, and maybe that's how we learn the rest of...
So I feel like he wanted him to look through the manuscripts, and maybe Tanjiro would learn something from them, and these were manuscripts that Rengoku's father poured himself over, even after he quit being a Hashira. I feel like those are going to be important. And or if the manuscripts don't yield anything, I feel like Tanjiro interacting with Rengoku's family might yield something to help him.
Agreed.
You know, learn more about his ancestry and the techniques. And so I feel like they have to show that. Not that they have to, I'm not ordering them around, but I think for the sake of the story,
it would definitely
they need
benefit
to take him to Rengoku's estate.
Yeah. You know, like, even though we really haven't seen many new scenes in this episode of the previous one, I touched on this at the end of Mugen Train. I like that we're able to at least rewatch them in 22-minute spurts so we can gather more and kind of connect more. So, like, last episode, we got to see the Hanafuda earring more and just kind of think about it, and then you brought up, like, it kind of looks like sun and water, and then I've been, like, sitting on that, like, oh my god, Rengoku's fire, Tanjiro learned the water style from Orokodaki. He worked in coal, which is like fire, to heat up like a cold, like, I don't know, water that's cold, ice, snow. I don't know. But we had that. And then this episode, we got to just theorize maybe that Rengoku never had this, and this dream was never based in any type of reality, and his family life was actually a little bit more somber as opposed to what I think I initially thought during the movie. When I first saw it, I was like, oh, this is just a memory, rather than just connecting the fact that this is a dream state,
Yeah. I can't believe it. I mean, like, I don't blame myself for not thinking that through the movie. I'm definitely, like, better with shows. Like, movies, you get so swept up in it, and you're sitting there, maybe in the dark because you're at a theater, and everything's just kind of flowing all in front of you, and you don't always get that moment to be like, okay, what did I just see? What are the rules of what is happening?
Yeah.
What are the facts? Like, you don't always get that time until you're, like, driving home from the movie, and you're like, oh my gosh, and we have that all the time in the car driving to work. We're like, we should record what we're talking about right now, because we drive together sometimes, and we're like, we should be recording what we're saying, because we start talking about the episode we watched the night before, even though we have such long discussions sometimes. But it's crazy. We think of more things. We realize more things. Yeah. We've had to start writing our, like, new theories we've thought of for certain shows, or new things we've thought to talk about, into our notes and not share them with each other yet. But I definitely love seeing the movie now into 20-minute segments, because I am definitely more of a show watcher than a movie watcher.
Yeah.
So I find it very digestible and a nice... It doesn't feel like they're cut... It feels like they were cut at the right times,
Agreed.
To be the 20 minutes. It feels like it was a real episode timing. There wasn't like that was a weird time to cut,
Do you think... I know with, like, Dragon Ball Super, when they did the retelling of the Battle of Gods and Resurrection of F arcs, they reanimated everything, and that was a huge mistake because they just couldn't keep up with the movie budget when it's week-to-week animation. I know week-to-week animation isn't how Demon Slayer works, but do you think that they reused the animation of the movie? If they did, I have no issue with it because of how beautiful it was. It seems like, why wouldn't you?
I mean, it seems identical to me, but I could be missing something.
Yeah, that's true. The fact that the whole idea and premise of the first 7 episodes, right, of the season was going to be the Mugen Train arc. I was like, oh, perfect. That's completely fine with me. And then, like, I'm excited to rewatch this stuff. And then I kept hearing with 70 or whatever new scenes and stuff. So now I'm like, a little bit like, which one's new? What's new? Like, I'm, I think
it's literally going to be a scene. Yeah. Like a little chunk, not just like a 5-second moment.
Yeah.
I feel like it's definitely going to be like a pretty lofty, you'll know it's new kind of thing. And I just can't wait to see what moments they decide to give that attention to.
I'm very excited to see Inosuke and Tanjiro fight together.
Oh,
that was one of my favorite.
That was my all-time. That was like my favorite part of the movie.
Yeah, like that was so good.
Obviously, I've said before in the last episode when I showcased my Inosuke plush, I was like, that was the moment that like sold Inosuke for me as my favorite character.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to see that again. Are they going to add more? I don't know, because it was so beautifully edited how they did each shot for the movie in that specific scene of them fighting together.
Yeah.
I don't know if like adding more in it would feel like there wasn't any balance anymore. I'm not sure.
Who knows? Senjuro, that is Rengoku's little brother, correct?
Little brother.
I would like to know what he ends up doing. Maybe he's trying to be a Hashira because his father was, and then his big brother was, and he looks up to him. But if I remember correctly, which I probably don't, Rengoku said something like, tell him he can do whatever he wants kind of thing. Like, follow your passion.
Oh, that's totally, it might not be like word for word,
yeah,
but it's totally a sentiment I believe that he told Tanjiro to pass a message like that along. Which, to me, I don't get the vibe from like Rengoku's dream that Senjuro would be doing it for anything other than possibly getting the father to be proud of him. And so by Rengoku being like, well, he's not proud of me doing it, you know, he doesn't like give me the vibe like he is a fighter, I
He
guess,
could always
but
do
I could
it.
be completely wrong.
We don't know enough
him.
about him.
We don't know him at all, so I have no like basis for feeling that way.
It could be like a I'm gonna do this for Rengoku's memory kind of thing. But either way, I hope that he lives a long life because a lot of characters seemingly don't. I am still sad that I can't see Rengoku become an old master like Orokodaki and then teach his wisdom onto others. Because it's seemingly he wanted, or at least was open to being a teacher to many people, but not a lot of people could do it, you know?
Yeah, they couldn't handle it.
So I am still very sad knowing that one lucky person in the Demon Slayer world will not be blessed by Rengoku's teachings.
So, like, think about it. I mean, if we're going under the assumption that Senjuro has gotten some of Rengoku's tutelage, do you think Senjuro would, like, teach Tanjiro anything if they met? I mean, they're probably around the same age.
Maybe,
because
but
Rengoku's, like, 20 and Tanjiro's, like, 14.
Maybe, but if you're going to ask that question, you have to ask if Rengoku's father is going to teach Tanjiro anything.
I'm sure Tanjiro is going to, like, if he's still alive, Tanjiro is going to touch that man's heart and make him cry and realize that he needs to apologize or make up for by being a better father to Senjuro or something. Because, like, Tanjiro has made demons feel things. So, a human that's a little gruff and probably depressed.
How do you think Rengoku's dad is going to react? Like, do you think...
To Rengoku's death?
If he is just, like, he signed up for that or kind of anything like that, I'm going to, like, throw a pencil at the camera. He might say something
like, what a waste or something.
Worthless. Oh my god. Just
I don't know if you would say worthless. I think what a waste would maybe have, like, something like that would have more of a feeling of it's a pity that happened. Like, he was such a good person or so strong.
Yeah.
Like, it was a waste of, like, all of that, you know, to be putting it into something that's basically, like, putting your life on the line every single day.
Yeah.
Because obviously the father left that life. He put his sword down.
Did you get the vibe that it wasn't because of the wife? Like, it said, like, in one day he decided to put his sword down.
Yeah, I mean, you could be totally right. I mean, wouldn't they just have said, and after the death of Rengoku's mother, he decided to put his sword down?
I could totally be wrong, and it could totally end up being that, and it makes perfect sense. But for some reason, the way that they phrased it made me feel like it was a specific instance that wasn't the mother.
Yeah, I mean, I guess in realistic way, if the kids aren't being raised by anyone anymore and they're children, the father does need to come home and take care of them unless he hires someone to care for them.
Yeah.
I mean, it could have been the mother's dying wish that he trained them and took care of them or something, but maybe he is upset at himself for spending all of those years or time away from his family.
True.
I don't know. We don't know him. I hope we learn, like, his actual, like, reasoning for stopping being a demon slayer.
To survive being a Hashira into your old age, you have had to not come in contact, with an upper Kizuki, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Would that be satisfying? Like,
to not have been able to fight, like, one of the strongest enemies and
when, like, you're a Hashira
and get rid of them from the world so that no more humans have to suffer under their hand. I feel like that's kind of the goal of the Hashira, is like they are trying to train demon slayers that are strong enough to be up against, like, all the other demon slayers at the other ranks are probably meant to dispose of lower ranking demons, not even in the Kyuzuki.
Yeah.
Like, just the couple ones we saw at the beginning of the series, you know, ones that
protect the general public from demons that go after them. But it seems like the Hashiras
are meant to, like, more indirectly attack Muzan at his, like
Like, to me,
team.
it still seemed like Gyu in the first episode was sent on that mission because maybe they didn't know it was Muzan, actually, but they knew. It seemed like they knew at least some
'cause none of them
crazy
have
high-level
met him.
demon. Yeah.
So they don't even know what he looks like. How do they
Yeah.
know it's him? I mean, he obviously changes his appearance.
Yeah.
So how did Gyu know? Did Gyu know he was chasing Muzan?
No, we don't know. He just know he was
we don't
on
know
a
what
mission.
his mission was.
Yeah.
He was on a mission. He was supposed to get there sooner, and he was sorry that he was late because he probably could have stopped. Well, we don't even know if he could have stopped what happened to Tanjiro's family because I don't know if Gyu could stack up to Muzan.
I'd like to think so because
I'd like to
Gyu.
think so.
That 11th style. Do you think he's gonna teach Tanjiro that? Or do you think Tanjiro has to come up with his own 11th style or 12th style?
I feel like Tanjiro has been taught the basics.
Yeah.
And then he is supposed to grow from there and develop things that are more like central to who he is. Like if you think of Gyu's technique, it was like deep calm.
Yeah.
It totally fit his personality of just kind of being this chill, calm, not super expressive, obviously to the point that, and kind of like dense, because he doesn't know how people feel about him or what they think of him. He's kind of just like going with the flow.
Yeah.
So I felt like that fit him personally, but I couldn't see Tanjiro coming up with a technique called deep calm.
I could see him learning the
I could
technique.
see him learning it, but I couldn't see
What was that one technique he used that was amazing? It was like something before the rain, or it was the most beautiful
the
scene.
one where he killed the mother spider.
Yeah.
That was amazing. That was amazing. Something before the rain or after the rain. But it was but that fits him because it was so, I don't think he invented that.
Yeah.
But it fit him. His
Blessed
personality.
rain after the drought.
Yeah.
That was
Amazing.
That was such an amazing moment. Oh my god. Like even thinking about
One of
that.
the standout scenes, I think, for
And
the show.
we brought up Gyu again, and then I had that like then when we were watching the intro and I had us go back and saw that it looked like half of his garment matched Sabito's.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think we're gonna learn more about Gyu soon this season?
I don't know if soon. Because obviously
it didn't seem like he was in next arc from the trailer.
Yeah, the sound Hashira is basically the focus of Entertainment District arc. Maybe Gyu will be there once or twice. But I don't know. I feel like he would need, I want him to have his own arc of like being the main Hashira. Is that what the case is gonna be? That each Hashira basically has like a chapter of where Tanjiro gets to know them better?
I will be happy with that as long as each arc doesn't end with that Hashira dying. If that is the case, I will be extremely sad. Yeah, if the sound Hashira
dies at the end of Entertainment District arc,
I will never
I'm gonna be like, I don't want to see
don't
any
want him
of
to
the
die.
other Hashira ever be in any of the arcs, please. I don't want them all to die.
How cool would it be seeing we know what happens at the end of this arc. If we saw like all the Hashira versus the demon who killed Rengoku or kills Rengoku, or we saw like my vision is Orokodaki back to back with Tanjiro and Gyu and like all three water
like
style together.
Yeah.
How awesome would that be? And they were like against whoever, even just like all three of these like masters of water style.
I mean, like, it's a pure shame that we haven't seen the three of them in a room together. Pure shame. I want to see what Gyu and Orokodaki's like dynamic is. We've only like heard the letter back and forth, and we obviously know what their intentions were with the letter they sent to the master. But like, it'd just be so funny if we could see like the three of them in a room interacting.
Yeah, I want to see this is a little off topic. I want to see Inosuke's expression if he ever saw Tanjiro put his like mask back on.
He'd be like, "No, I'm the only one that can wear a mask."
Or he'd be like, "Oh, so cool." Like when he saw Gyu kill that demon.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that was a long discussion.
That was. Sorry about that. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we hope to see you next time.